Poscheri!
I'm on a set of Generation Iron, and I'm taking my new favorite supplement, Game Face. I used to take Alpha Brain, but it's twice as strong, and I'm a big nootropic guy, and I need it when I do films like this. So, like me, I think you should get your Game Face on. All right, what is going on, bro? Listen, I'm so fucking happy because Colby Covington won last night. He knocked out fucking Tyron Woodley, and Woodley fought like a fucking girl in there. He was scared. It seemed like he was scared to hold it. He lost every round. I don't even know if he scored points. It was so bad. It was a beating, bro. And I love it because after the fight, Colby Covington started his spiel. And listen to me, it's all shtick, all right? It's all shtick. He's just doing that, to get a rouse out of people. But at the same time, he does support Trump. Trump supports him, and I love it. He started ripping apart LeBron James, who's a big piece of shit, in my opinion. Okay, he's a racist piece of shit. And he started fucking, ripping apart Tyron Woodley, who was all like about Black Lives Matter, Meanwhile, if a black guy beat the shit out of fucking Tyron Woodley on the street and hit him with a bat, if Black Lives Matter won't show up, don't even give two shits. But if a white guy did it, they'd be there. So, we'll see how much Black Lives Matter. But anyway, I love it. I love it, Colby Covington, baby. Trump, the Trump train. No matter what you're trying to do to stop him, I don't think you can stop him unless you cheat. Alright, we'll get into more of that. That might bother some of you. That's my opinion. If you have a different opinion on that, and there's a few guys attacking before it, I don't care, bro. Skip my video. Go watch somebody else. I don't need that shit. I don't need people following me or whatever watching my video. And if you do watch the video and you want to rip me apart, fine, go ahead. But you understand that you're watching the video. You're giving it clicks, alright? That's the whole name of the game with videos, right? Now, I don't get, it's not doing anything for me, but you're MuscleSport Mag here. That's who I work for, okay? And, I'm loyal to MuscleSport Mag. You're giving them the hits. And if you don't like when Joe goes on a rant or I go on a rant, guess what? You're just supporting us by giving us hits. The real way to fuck us is to ignore us and make believe we don't exist. Okay? So you haters that fucking want to write stupid shit down there, I love it. Give me the fucking comments. Give me the clicks. And fuck you. Colby Covington, baby! He knocked him out. He fucking beat the shit out of him. I love it. I fucking love it. Anyway. We're doing this show right now, sponsored by... Dude... Some of you guys, you complain. Shows are sponsored by supplements where there's no show. Right here, baby. Okay? And the whole reason why they're sponsoring it is because I'm doing a show. Right? Because this right here is an underground supplement. You don't find advertisements for this stuff everywhere. Because this shit is not like that Prevagen or the fucking Alpha Brain. This is real. Okay? And I'm not saying because I know the guys that make this. They're my friends. Alright? And they're two fucking fat bastards that don't give two shits, okay, about bodybuilding. It has nothing to do about it. It's not a bodybuilding supplement. It's a life supplement. If you got anybody in your family that's problems with their memory or any of that shit and focus, this shit's the real deal. And if you don't believe me, Google the ingredients. Where's the ingredients? There's the ingredients. Google the ingredients. Go to the website and Google the ingredients, okay? Or freeze that shit and look at it. Okay, we can't even sell this shit. I say we, but I'm not part of this supplement company. But they can't sell it on Amazon because there's so many ingredients in here. The one ingredient I always say it wrong, Vimpositine Vice, but they tell me you're saying it wrong, my friends, right? But I'm a guinea. So we get everything wrong. All right, my father used to call Arnold Schwarzenegger Arnold Schwackhammer, but it is when I was younger. Now he knew the name before he died. But what I'm saying is, this shit right here is incredible. It's a smart drug. And this is what Palumbo loves, smart drugs, Dave Palumbo. Ask him about it, okay? There's a future. That's the future of supplements. Is smart drugs. It's their, nootropics. Excuse me, some of you guys, wow, it's nootropics. And it is, but this shit, the ingredients in here are drug-like. They use it to treat Alzheimer's patients. It's real, bro. It ain't like Alpha Brain, which has got Alpha Brain, which has got oat bran extract and shit. Like, give me a fucking break. This has got mushroom extract. It's got lion's mane. All that shit is in here. The bish. So you don't have to take it if you don't want to take it. But if you're looking for something to boost the brain and make you smarter, it says 3 pills a day. Now listen to me. If you're going to take the 3 pills, I don't take them. I take 3 pills, but capsules, excuse me. The capsules. I don't have one that's open right here. Do I? Anyway, you know the deal. Alright. I take them, but I spread them out. Because to me, if I take 3 in one shot, I get like loopy. And it's not because of caffeine, it's the mixture of there is caffeine from coffee bean extract in there, okay? And it's a natural caffeine. I told him you shouldn't put any in there, but caffeine's a smart drug. And but there's only 50 milligrams, okay, in a serving. So you ain't got it's not much. It's very, very little. But what makes me you got is all that other stuff is in there. It's like drug-like, and it gets you a little fucking. And some people are sensitive. I'm sensitive. You're one of those guys that's sensitive, or not sensitive. You could probably take more than 3. But you could take them at one time. I don't know. But for me, if I bite the corner like that of a Viagra, dude, I'm hard for the fucking all day, all night. I can't stop. It's just a corner of a 50 milligram Viagra. A corner. Okay? I get 1 50 milligram Viagra can last me fucking 5, 6, 7 sessions of sex. I'm just telling you. That's how, I'm very sensitive. I'm very sensitive to stimulants and all that stuff. That's why I had all problems with taking fucking pre-workout and everything. But this shit is very potent, okay? But it's brain booster, okay? Helps the neurotransmitters. That's what Palumbo talks about. Ask Palumbo, nootropics. He talks about that shit sometimes. It's the future. And that's the best one on the fucking market. And any others that could be sold on Amazon is because they're not as strong as this. That's what I'm telling you. Alright. Colby Covington, he knocked them fucking out, and then he started going on a Black Lives Matter rant, how fucked up they are, and how they're not really, for Black Lives, and then he went on a fucking rant, fuck LeBron James, you piece of shit, I love it, bro. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. Alright, let's get busy.
Why go with sugar-filled pre-workouts? Get your game face on and experience true focus all day, every day. This isn't your usual performance pill. These nootropic capsules help you play harder, train better, and focus more. Working out at the gym? Boom. Game Face has you covered. Trying to carry your friends in game? You'll do a lot more than carry. With Game Face, you'll make the enemy rage quit. Need to finish that essay that's due in an hour? You'll wish you found Game Face sooner. A 14-hour car ride with the kids? Don't worry. Game Face will keep you alert the entire time. Try Game Face today and experience a whole new meaning of focus.
I think you could get this on eBay as well, okay? But go to GameFaceSupplements.com, right there, okay? Google it. GameFace Supplements. They don't sell other supplements. It's just that. They only made that. They don't give a shit about bodybuilding. They're not bodybuilders. They're far from it, okay? They're geniuses. That's what they are. They own a lot of businesses. They're multi-millionaires. But they did it because their own father died with Alzheimer's, and they themselves wanted to help their own brains, okay? Gabish? I just wanted to say when we get started here, again, I'm going to get fucking political. Sorry, but right now, till the election, until all that stuff happens, right now, with this corona bullshit going on, and it is bullshit, and the other stuff that's going on right now fucking Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, alright? Before she died, everybody was like, holy shit, this old lady, she fucking shot. Now she's dead, everybody's like, oh my god, And rest her soul, I don't, I wish her the best in heaven, or rest in peace, okay? But it's time to move on, alright? And if any of you guys, if that bothers you, now's the time to say, fuck this video, fuck Valentino, I don't want to hear his bullshit, goodbye. I'll let the door hit you in the ass, because I'm going to get into it. till after the election. We're probably, it's, things are getting at a heated pitch, and everybody's fucking, that's what everybody's talking about. But I'm going to say something about bodybuilding first. Hold on a second, okay? So, before you leave, you can listen to this. I did a video with Dave Palumbo, okay? And it's about, with the RX, and you saw me, John Romano, and a little bit with Mr. G. And Mr. G is a crazy bastard, bro. If you know him and Bobby, his brother Bobby, holy Christ. Whew, Bobby's worse than him. It's crazy. Picture Jimmy the Bull on Adderall. He's worse than him. Way worse than the Bull. Bull gets angry, Bobby's fucking crazy. But I love him. I love them both. Okay, so listen to me. We were talking about old school, but you gotta understand, I come from an era where if I watch Pumping Iron, now a lot of you old guys, you could probably attest to this. You probably feel the same way I do. I can sit there and watch these guys today who are way bigger than Arnold, way more built, hard, ripped, shredded, and you get all these video angles. You show them in the gym, all pump it up and everything like that. You could see like fucking, pictures of all these Brandon Curry, all these fucking guys, Mr. Olympia, even Big Rammy over there fucking pumping Jay Cutler and all. And you know what? It's good, but it doesn't hit you. It doesn't hit you. Like when you watch Pumping Iron again, and you just see Arnold standing there. And even Ferrigno, who I don't like, you know what I mean? When you see these guys, it gives you a different perspective. There's still something about the old school guys that make me feel. Now, maybe it's because, it's like watching a movie like Fast Times at Ridgemont High, which I just posted on one of my accounts, okay? And you see that Phoebe Cates, bro.
Hey, Joe, what are you doing? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. All right, I'm gonna get it.
Hi, Brad. You know how cute I always thought you were.
Stacy? Do you have any Q-tips? I've got water in my ears.
I don't know. Check in the house.
That's Phoebe Cates, bro. That is a beautiful thing. That's flawless. I'd live in a bathroom a whole week just to smell one of her farts. I don't believe that something that cute. That's perfect for me. That's exactly right. Something like that looks like that. To me, her shit doesn't even stink. It smells like fucking fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. I love that smell. Anyway, so, when you watch one of those things, it brings you back. Because when I watch all those people, Sean Penn, Phoebe Cates, they're all my age. You know what I'm saying? They're now, they were high school kids and a little bit older, 20 years old and stuff, making that movie. And I was that age when they made that movie. You understand what I'm saying? So I could relate to them. Now they're all old and shit. So maybe there's a little bit of that when I watch the Pumping Iron, because remember, I started working out in 1972, and I still get that old little boy feeling when I show these magazines. Like one of these. Let's see. Like I showed this in my last thing, right? Rudy Hermischel, right? When I see these magazines and I see the old ads, look, okay. Now this is not old school training. You watch my old school training show, you don't know what I'm talking about. Just knocked over poster Paul DeMayo. Hold on, look. My boy, Paulie DeMayo. Okay, we don't want to ruin that any more than it's already ruined. Anyway, when I watch that stuff, and I see those magazines, I get like a feeling that I don't get with today's guys. Now, I don't know if that's me, John Romano. See, Dave Palumbo didn't start till like 1990. You know what I'm saying? He started working out then, so he's a 90s guy. I'm a 70s and 80s guy. So is fucking, Romano. So when we see that, and I was there in Gold's Gym. I was there with Arnold's right here. Not in World's Gym he was. Not in Gold's, but I was there at Gold's and World's. I used to train at both, twice a day. I was fucking insane. But I get that feeling when I watch that. And I don't like the way the sport is now. I don't really give a shit who wins the Mr. Olympia. I'm sorry. I don't, the sport of bodybuilding doesn't appeal to me as much as the lifestyle of bodybuilding. You understand? I'm a bodybuilder. I'll always be a bodybuilder. I love bodybuilding. But I love, me bodybuilding. I love learning more about bodybuilding. I love, working out and how, the different supplements and the training and all. That's what I love. I don't give a shit who gets on stage and who, is going to pose to some fucking rap song and do some little thing. I just really, all the fucking shit looks the same. It's not like it was back in the day. And maybe I sound like an old man, I still listen to current music. There's a few rap songs I like, you know what I mean? There's I like everything. I'm not big on country, but I like everything else, okay? What I'm saying to you is that I consider myself a modern guy. I like everything everybody else is. I don't sit back and still talk about Led Zeppelin, man, from when I was young. And when I was young is when Led Zeppelin was, even in 1969, I heard Black Sabbath, you know what I mean? And I love that stuff, yes, but I got to be in the mood for that. You understand? I listen to modern stuff. The point I'm trying to make is that with bodybuilding, there's something about it that I like the old bodybuilding. I like their physiques. I like all of that. I don't like today where every fucking guy that comes out of Kuwait, they all look the same to me. Cut off their heads and their bodies raw. Like that and shit. I don't like it. I don't like all these different fucking... I like bodybuilding. I don't like all these different categories they have. I like classic physique right now because... Or classic bodybuilding, whatever you call it. That classic shit. Because those are the guys that look like, like a fucking Flex Wheeler or somebody like that. Francis Benfado with those lines, or even Lee Labrada, one of those guys. I like that, okay? I like that look. But, I don't like a guy looking like a cinder block out there with striations, it just doesn't do it for me. So I don't really care about the sport. So we talked about that on Earth. Now, that pissed some people off. There's a lot of people who don't understand that, But, like I said, Rich Piana proved to me that people like this YouTube shit, you know what I mean, and learning and all that stuff, and there's the bodybuilding lifestyle like a Rich Piana kind of lived, of course he did, unfortunately some party drugs and other shit, but still, he lived that lifestyle, and, I think that people kind of like that more than, because a bodybuilding show is kind of boring, bro. After you go through 15 of the top bodybuilders, you sit there and you watch each one pose, you know what I mean? And then it's, and then they do their individual shit, after a while you're like, all right, let's get to the bottom of this, man, But you watch Rich Piana go to the gym, or somebody go to the gym, and watch them in their house, and watch them eating, and how they eat, and how they work out, and their thoughts, what they talk about with their girl and shit. I think all of that is more exciting. Anyway, I'm just trying to explain myself. Because there's a lot of guys I think I got butthurt about, what we talk about on RX Muscle. So that's the gig, okay? Maybe it's because I'm older. I'm 60 years old, all right? And maybe it's because of that. I don't know. But for some reason, the other day I was watching clips of Pump and Iron, and I'm like, holy fuck, I get that like a fucking schoolgirl fucking back going into a prom feeling, you know what I mean? I just like it. I love that shit. That's me. That's what I like. I could sit here and watch Brandon Curry fucking pumping and shit, and even though he's way bigger than Arnold and pumping iron, it just doesn't hit that spot for me. There you go. So that's the explanation of the RX with me and John Romano and Dave Palumbo, Of course, Dave does this for a living. This is his business, so he's going to, of course, go in that direction. But anyway, alright, so I got a question here. Jordan Seeley, who's one of my guys, who's one of my long-time supporters. Jordan, love and respect to you, brother. Greg, here's a question for Talking Smack. Have you ever experienced racism growing up at the time, in any time of your life? If so, what happened? thanks for everything you know, for answering my questions. And I agree with you 100% on politics. Thank you, Jordan. Thanks for the question. Now, a lot of people are sitting there probably watching this going, Valentino's white. How could he experience racism? Well, I have. Okay. And, to be honest with you, you know, when I did the fucking show, first let me say, my famous quote, Black Lives Matter is racism masking itself as anti-racism. Did you get that? Black Lives Matter is really racism parading around, masking itself as anti-racism. Gabish? Alright, listen to me. I'll give you a few examples of what happened. But let me first go back again. When I did the RX Muscle Show with Sean Ray and, I forgot the two other black guys on there, a black girl. We did that whole thing about racism and all that other stuff in BLM. All right, now Sean, of course, because he's black and shit, you know, he said he had, you know, he was for Black Lives Matter, and he said that he experienced, you know, racism in high school because he was the best football player, and somebody wrote the N-word on his locker or something like that. Listen to me. The other guys were saying stuff like, I was pulled over by a cop, you know, and I didn't do anything wrong. Dude, you know, or I was followed in a store. Do you know how many fucking times that's happened to me? Do you have any fucking clue? I had a black state trooper with a white state trooper. And I don't think it was race at all. So that part's not racism or anything. I don't think it was because he was black and I was white. But he followed me for miles. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. My girlfriend and I were going to get something to eat. And we were driving for miles, at least 5 miles on back roads. So imagine what that's like, okay? And he finally pulled me over. And when I asked him, what'd you pull me over for? Okay, and I never get nasty. I say, excuse me, I just want to know, you know, you know, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Was I, you know, I know I wasn't driving too fast because I knew you were behind me. I'm watching, you know, how fast I go. And he said, don't worry about it, shut up and just sit there. And he took my license, he went back, and then he came back about fucking 15 minutes after sitting in the car, making me wait. Hands me my license and says, all right, just have a good day. And he leaves. Have a good night. He leaves. Him and the other guy. Turn around and goes the opposite way. Now, I didn't do anything wrong, okay? But if I was one of those guys, you know, black guy that was on a show, I can't remember his name. Tricky Jackson. If I was one of those guys, I would say, well, he did it because I was black. Or I could say, well, maybe he did it because my girlfriend sitting next to me is obviously, you know, it's an obvious-looking Mexican. You know what I mean? But I don't think that that's the case. Now, haven't any of you out there who are white, you've never gotten pulled over by a cop for no reason. You've never driven down the road. You knew you weren't speeding. You knew you weren't, even though he let you go. You never were pulled over by a cop or had it. And he's, of course, it's happened to everybody, bro. You've never been in a store and had noticed the store detectives following you around? You've never had that? I have many a time. I've even spoke to store detective, meaning I knew who, you know, I saw the guy, I knew who he was doing, and I even told him, dude, you're following me around. I'm not stealing anything. I know. And he said to me, I don't know what you're talking about. I said, you know what you're talking about. You're the fucking store detective. I see you. I know what you're doing. I didn't do a fucking thing. And then he just walked away. He started following somebody else. Listen to me. You never had that happen? Never? Okay? A lot of the things that people say are racist are just because people with power sometimes want to abuse that power. You give power to a guy. There's a few guys I went to high school with that became cops, and some of them were pussies, and some were crazy bastards, and others were good guys. But the pussies seem to fucking really soak that shit up and become pricks. Okay? It's a fact. Alright? I always tell everybody that, you see these guys in Congress with the glasses on, the hair parted to the side, and now, you know, they're state senators and everything. It's revenge of the nerds. Gabish? When they were going after the steroid guys and all that shit, they were fucking nerds. They never played sports in high school. They were the guys who hung out in the library. You understand? But now, it's payback time to get the guy who played football, who played sports, bang the hot cheerleader. Right? You were the sports guy, you banged the hot cheerleader, but now they're like, oh, in high school you were Big Willie. You banged that cheerleader that I used to masturbate to. Now I'm a nerd. I got a hot wife because I guess she got old. You know what I mean? And now I call the shots. You're fucked. That's the way it is. Revenge of the nerds, okay? Well, there's a lot of cops. There's prick cops and there's great cops, bro. It's like anything else. The black people are great. I love black people. There's nothing wrong with black people. Black Lives Matter and fucking militant black. That I got a problem with. Okay? It's just like I'm Italian, bro. You think I like those fucking guinea bastards that go chase dudes with bats and shit like that? No. Those aren't. Just because I'm Italian doesn't mean I fucking, like that shit that happened in the 80s with Howard Beach where they chased a black dude into traffic. He got killed because that fucking maniac was chasing him with a bat, that Italian kid, because I guess they saw him at a pizza ball or something. You think I fucking bullshit, bro? I don't root because of my skin color. I don't root because I'm an Italian American. Fuck that. Okay? So what I'm just trying to tell you is, a lot of these things are black people like, oh, blacks are followed by cops, blacks are followed, we go into stores, people watch us. Hey, it's happened to me. All of that has happened to me. Okay? I've told you guys before, when I got arrested, one of the cops that arrested me was black. He was like 6'5", 6'6". He stuck a gun in my temple. He kept pushing like this off my temple. All right? And he had the gun cocked. It could have went off. I was handcuffed, leaning over the front counter of my desk, the gym. And I was like, dude, there's no call for that. That fucking gun goes off. You're going to kill me here. So I'm already handcuffed. There's no call for that. And he's like, just give me a reason. Give me a fucking reason, motherfucker. And one of the other cops came over and told him, no, relax. That didn't do anything to that guy. He was feeling the power that he has. Okay? And some of these cops, the power is the badge. All right? But you can't judge all cops by that. Those were guys that were pussies. They got on the job and now I call the shots. Like the guys in Congress, revenge of the nerds. Gabish? Right? Now, alright, so Jordan Seeley asked me, if I had any experience. Let me tell you one I had. First of all, I'll tell you one about my mother. My mother, her maiden name is Italian, all right? It was Casella, all right? And my mother went to school in the Bronx, was it Cardinal Hayes? One of them fucking places, right? And she was bullied by the nuns in there, okay? She went to Catholic school and she was bullied by the nuns because back then, the Italians and the Irish didn't like each other. The Italians were gangsters and the Irish were cops. The Irish also were nuns and priests. And when they had an Italian student, my mother used to get hit with the fucking ruler and shit, They put your hands out and they hit your knuckles like that with the ruler and it fucking hurt. But she was punished because her last name was an Italian last name, but she had Irish nuns and she hated them nuns, okay? So, that's one. One time, I was in Manhattan. I was with an Indian girl, okay? She was, Indian from Trinidad. But she was of Indian heritage, from India. And but she grew up in Trinidad and now she lived here in New York. She was fucking beautiful, but she had hair, like my girlfriend has hair all the way down to the back, almost to the back of her legs, it covers half of her ass, my girlfriend right now. That girl had the same hair, but her hair was curly, my girlfriend's hair straight. Anyway, so her name was Cynthia, okay, but anyway, I was in New York City with her, and my friend was with her friend, my friend's white, and her friend was black. And we were in New York City, and we were right in the heart of Manhattan, and it was late at night, and we went to get some food. And there was a bunch of black guys, all right, outside this Popeye's Chicken. It was open, all right. This is in Midtown. You're talking 82, 83, something like that. 83, 84, someone's like that. Because then I met my wife right around the same time. So me and Cynthia were done. But anyway, when I was with her, there was a bunch of black guys saying, what are you fucking doing with these fucking guys? Look at you beautiful, black guys. And she wasn't black, but she was dark Indian, okay? And, dude, she could have won a beauty pageant. She was really good looking. And they were going, what are you doing with them? It's fucking white motherfuckers, you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, okay, we're going to have trouble here because they were fucking really getting crazy. You understand? And they didn't like the fact that these two beautiful women of color were with us two white guys. It's a fact, okay? These things happen. There's people out there who are always going to be racist. You're never going to get rid of racism. You ever watch the Star Trek show? It was a great show, Star Trek one time. They had a great show about... They showed these guys fighting, all right? And right down the middle, one side was white, the other side was black, like that, like the cookie, like a half and half cookie, half chocolate, half vanilla, white. Black and white cookies, they're called, right? They look like that. And Frank Gorshin, a famous actor, was one of them, right? And anyway, they're fighting. And Captain Kirk stops it, and he says, what are you guys doing? And they said, well, you know, we don't like that kind. And he goes, what kind? Said, we don't like them. You know, it was a racist thing. And he said, but wait a minute. You guys look exactly like you both half black, half white. And he said, no, you don't understand. He's black on the left side, I'm black on the right side. You see that? Do you remember? Some of you old guys that watched that, you might remember that episode. So you're never going to get rid of racism. If 1,000 years from now, there's going to be somebody, there's people who don't like blondes. There's people, you know, they mock redhead gingers. You know what I mean? They don't like people with red hair. They'll find the reason. All right? There's always going to be that. You're never going to get rid of it. Okay? And it's not inherited. Okay? It's not in your genes. It's learned. And it's who you're fucking around. If you stuck a black kid and a white kid on a desert island, two babies, infants, and they grew up on that island with no outside influence, okay, like Blue Lagoon or something, they wouldn't even know. I always tell a famous story. I didn't know him well, but I've met, I shouldn't say I knew, I met him more than once, but Roy Campanella. And Roy Campanella always told a great story about, I think he was 12, 13 years old, something like that. And he went to school, and kids were calling him a name. They were using the N-word, okay? And they were calling him a name. And when he got home, he was very upset. And he said that, you know, the kids were calling him a name to his father. And they said that mom is black. And you know, his mother's black. And meanwhile, his father's white and Italian. And his father said, well, what do you think? And he says, it's not true. And he goes, wait a minute, hold on, come here. And he brings his son, young Roy, into his mother. And he said, I want you to look at her. Come here, give me your hand. And he puts her hand, the mother's hand, next to the father's hand, his own hand. He said, what do you see? And he said, mom's hand's darker than yours. And and your father said, you're right. You're right. Because your mother is black and I'm white. What does that matter? So that means you're both. And Roy Campanella said he never realized, he just saw his mother as his mom. That he loved his mom. Okay? He never looked at her skin color. He never realized, wait, my father's black. He swears that that's a true story. You know, that he didn't know until he was like 12, 13 or something. It was one of the 11, 12, 13. He did not know until kids pointed it out to him. And with me, it's kind of similar because my grandmother, okay, who spoke Italian and spoke with the thickest Italian accent, I never realized till I was older that, wait a minute, she's got an Italian accent. Because I loved my grandmother, and I always thought of her, she's my grandmother, she kind of talks funny, you know what I mean? But it wasn't that she talks funny, it's that she had an Italian accent. But it wasn't until I was older, because when you love somebody, when you're in that, you don't see that. Do you understand? Roy Campanella, they never know. He never said that was his mom. He never took stock in that fact that his dad. He never took stock that whole shit. I'm peeling right here, so in case you see me rubbing my nose. No, I'm not doing cocaine. You don't rub here. I got an itch, you know, for the peeling. So, you know, he never realized. He never thought 1 second my father's back, my mom's right. You know, they never taught him. They never heard that before. They never knew it. He just saw that's mom. And that's that. And they belong together. They love each other. They sleep together. They do everything together. You know, it's a family. We're a family. Get it? Do you guys get what I'm fucking telling you? Okay? Similar to me with my grandmother. I never realized, I used to think she would talk funny, but I never thought that's an Italian accent. It never dawned on me until I was actually an adult. I might have been like 21 years old when I realized, holy shit, that's an Italian accent she's got. I never thought about it. Because she would talk slow, like this. You want some macaroni and gravy, something like that. She would talk slow, too, like that. And I never thought, so, just she talked funny. Because I loved her. It didn't click. I didn't see her different. Roy Campanella didn't see his mother or his father different from each other. Do you understand that? Do you get that? He did not see it until other people pointed it out. Do you understand what I'm telling you? Okay? Okay, now, we can get to the black national anthem in the NFL. Come on. Anyway, let me, tan and itch, peeling in the face. I don't like football. Alright, I never liked football. I was a very good football player. I tell everybody the story. My father was sick with football. I mean, sick in the head with it. Alright? And I was crazed about football. Most kids that come home, and your father asks you, did you do your homework? What are your grades? Everything. My father used to say, did you go to football practice? And I remember that my father was, I was the captain of the football team. Okay? This is when I was younger. And my father, there was a play. We were actually like tied or losing. I can't remember really, to be honest with you. I think we were losing, but by like by a touchdown. And it was a play at the halftime, and the play went off, and there was a penalty on a play on them. So if we took the play, that was it. Halftime. Go relax until the new half begins. But if you take the penalty, they get to do that play over and possibly score a touchdown, because they were within 20 yards of our fucking. And my father was screaming, take the play, take the play, take the play. And the coach was telling, take the play, And I'm the captain. I'm sitting there, and the referee says to me, tell me what you want to do. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like this, take the play. And I'm watching my father screaming and just like acting like a maniac on the side. Take the goddamn play. So I said, I'll take the penalty. And my father was like, Jesus Christ, and freaking out on me, you know what I mean? And I knew, what the hell's wrong with you? God damn it, Now they're within less than 20 yards to score. So we take the play begins. I run and I intercept the ball. I ran all the way down and scored a touchdown, right? Now check this out. I was so fucking upset. I was so incensed. I could still see my father fucking screaming and jumping at me, like in my head. Now he's all happy and is on the side, like, yeah, I had the ball. I grabbed the ball. I ran to the side of the fucking, to the sideline near where my father was, and I threw the fucking ball at his head. I was so pissed off. Now, thank God I missed, because I would have got killed. Okay? The kids were jumping on me, the other teammates and stuff. They were jumping on me and everything. My other, teammates. They were jumping on me. They were all happy and everything. I just sat there. Now it's halftime, and my coach was like, all right, Valentino, good job. And I'm sitting there, and I couldn't even enjoy it. I could not enjoy it. Not at all. I was just sitting there steaming, stewing. And I actually wound up scoring another touchdown and winning the game. We won the game. I might have even scored 2 touchdowns. I don't remember. It's a long time ago. But I just know that I remember that stuck out in my brain, because my father was sick with football. So I never really liked football. All right? Now, fast forward. Now you got this fucking NFL shit, and guys taking a knee over like the 9 people that have been killed, unarmed blacks, but that have been killed by cops, because right now, what's going on with black Americas, it's just bad, cops, they're just killing people at a crazy rate, right? It's not the 100 people that die every weekend in Chicago alone that are shot by black on black, right? That's not the fucking problem, right? But the problem is the 9 people who have been killed you know, this year. That's the problem. Come on, guys. Give me a break, okay? If you're going to hate cops because they wear blue, all right? And there's plenty of black cops out there, too, that are getting white people getting in their face, calling them an Uncle Tom, like little Antifa, white little... Now, I don't believe in white privilege, but I believe in privilege, economic privilege. Like when Jay-Z shut down a whole hospital ward because his kid was born. His first kid was born. So other fathers couldn't see their kid, but he could. Is that white privilege? It's economic privilege, okay? So anyway, these kids are getting in the fucking black cop's face, telling the black cop you're an Uncle Tom, you don't fucking, you know, you don't know, you're a race traitor, and all this other shit, right? So you're gonna, that's okay, right? That's okay. You got a white kid telling a black cop off just because you're wearing a blue uniform. That's okay, right? Listen to me. Now you want to sing the black national anthem. I never knew that there was a black national anthem, but if I was black, I'd be pissed off. You know why? Because that means I'm not American. That means there's an American national anthem for the people, for the American flag, the people that are Americans, and then there's the black national anthem. Why not? Why don't we just sing a Mexican national anthem, the national anthem for the Puerto Ricans? How about maybe if there's any Asian players, let's sing a national anthem for them. Is there any players that maybe are from another country or like Australia? One of them, can we sing? Maybe we should do every national anthem under the sun. The Canadian national anthem for the players who were born up in Canada. Are we going to keep this going? I mean, where's it end? Are you American? Does the American flag fly for black people too? Did black people not die in the war? Do you not think there's any black casualties in the war in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Vietnam, and every war, even Civil War? Is there not black fucking casualties in that? Huh? You don't think they died holding up that fucking flag? Do you know that when the slaves in America, do you know how they knew they were free? They'd see the soldiers coming, all of a sudden there would be a new flag flying on a flagpole. The Confederate flag came down and the American flag went up and they were cheered. Okay, when they saw the stars and stripes. And now you're going to tell me? Are they separate? They're a separate entity now. They're not American anymore. They're their own thing. They have their own national anthem. What a disgrace. If I was black, I'd be outraged at that. I'd be fucking outraged at that. How dare you? How dare you treat me like I'm not an American? How dare you? When you got filth like LeBron James, filth like Oprah Winfrey, who's billions of dollars. I got like 10 or 11, 12 billion dollars. She had more money than Trump. She could have Trump walk around with his finger through her belt loop. That's how much money she's got. But yet now she's on this high horse about this is a racist nation, white privilege and everything. White privilege? White privilege? You own half the money in the fucking banks of America. You own. This is what I'm talking about. Economic privilege. Power. Goes to the heads. Goes to the heads. Conquer and divide. Divide and conquer. All the same thing, okay? They want you to separate. They don't want you together. They don't want us together. I don't have any problem with black people. I love black people. Okay, my children are part black. Their mother's mulatto. I have no problem with that. I have a problem with what's going on today. And in the Democratic Party, how people are so fucking, they're so naive to shit. That's what I have a problem with. They're so fucking naive to shit. That's what I have a problem. They drank the fucking hater Kool-Aid. That's what I have a problem with. Okay? When you have a separate national anthem, when you put blacks, take them away from the American flag and we'll fly your own little flag there or whatever. You're letting them fucking do that. You're letting fucking the haters in this country, the filth, divide us. This wasn't like this. When I went to high school, I had black friends. I hung out with black guys. I never thought of them as black men. I never thought, they were my friends. You understand? I went out with black girls. What does that matter? What does it matter? I never thought once about that shit. Now, everywhere you go, you're in a fucking shopping store and something, you can see people looking at you like everybody hates each other and shit. It's bad. is really, really bad. I gotta tell you, it's really fucking bad. And you can't allow it today. You have to stick up for yourself and for what's right. Okay? It doesn't matter what your skin color is. They're trying to preach that to you. And black people, please, if you're watching this, wake up to you, see what they're doing. You see what the Democrats are doing to you, right? Do you see what the Democrat, that's a Democrat thing, bro. There's pictures of Biden holding up the KKK leader's hand. Okay? Oh, wait a minute. You fact-checked that shit. You know, Robert Byrd I'm talking about. You fact-checked that and said he was the Grand Wizard of the... And they're like, that's not true. He wasn't the Grand Wizard. Okay, he wasn't the Grand Wizard. He was just the president. He was the guy in charge. It's like here, where I live, okay, in the town that I live in. We don't have a police commissioner. We have a police chief. So if you said, I'm not going to say his name, but if you said Joe Matarazzi, he's the police commissioner. Yeah, I mean, he's the chief. He's still the boss of cops. You're playing on words now. Oh, no, he's not the commissioner. That's false information. He's the chief. He's still the guy in charge. There's nobody above him. Okay? Because we don't use the word commissioner. Robert Byrd was no good. Okay? He was the boss of the Ku Klux. He brought more people into the Ku Klux Klan than anybody. He was a recruiter. Okay? And Joe Biden, there's pictures of him, there's videos of him talking about how Robert Byrd was his idol growing up and all this other shit. He didn't want his kids to go to school in the jungle. It's just like where he says, if you vote for me, you're going to have higher taxes. I don't want fracking. I don't want all this shit. And then he comes out of his mouth, says, well, I didn't mean it like that. And people just forgive him. You understand? They just forgive him. It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. You could have pictures of him stabbing somebody, and if like this, stabbing him with a knife, and they'll say, well... maybe that person was walking into the knife like this. He could get away with it. It's just mind-boggling. But then if it was Trump, if Trump picked his nose, they'd be like, look, he's picking his fucking nose. Listen to me. I heard a great example. Let's say you own a house. I think the example was raccoons, but I'm going to use rats. Listen to me. Let's say you live in a house. It's fucking infested with rats. Really, really, really bad rats. Okay? And they're everywhere. Like in New York City, like some of the apartments I've been in, which is mind-boggling. Cockroaches and rats, it's mind-boggling. There's not an inch that doesn't have a cockroach on it. It's fucking, and the rats are everywhere, and they're giant. Okay? New York City rats are like no other rat on the planet. They're known for that, so simmer down. But let's say you have that infestation. And you call this company that's like the top company to get rid of, vermin. Okay? And they come, and they set all these traps and lay out poison and do all this shit to the rats. And the rats are still there. They can't get rid of them. You call another top company. Exterminators, They come. They put out more poison. They do all this shit to the rats. They try all these funky things. Nothing happens. The rats are still there. Now, you find out from your friend. There's this guy that you know. You've seen him around town. Okay? He's fucking dressed all shabby. He drives an old beat-up fucking station wagon. He picks his nose, farts in public. He's disgusting. His breath stinks. He drinks a lot of alcohol. He's like a fucking momo. You understand? Like a fucko. Okay? But you know what? He's the greatest rat killer that ever lived. He'll make sure not one rat's alive. Would you hire him? Would you hire him? When all the others failed, the top companies failed, but this fucking guy, no matter how shabby he looks, no matter how he's got salty, mouth, he talks shit, he's foul-mouthed and everything like that, but he kills the rats and not one will live. He'll make sure they're all dead. And he's done it many a time. Would you hire him? Of course you would, because you want those rats gone. Well, listen to me. You don't have to like Donald Trump. You don't have to think that, oh, what a nice guy he is or any of that shit. And he is a nice guy. And I know my sister's husband works for him. This is one of his main security guys for fucking 20 years. Okay? So, I'm just telling you. And my sister knows him very, very well. Alright? Listen. You don't have to like him. You don't have to. His tweets are designed to fucking get the bees buzzing. And it works. And if he didn't do anything, if he didn't do that shit, he wouldn't be the Donald Trump we know. But you know what? He gets the fucking job done. He gets the job done. Blacks may hate him. But under him, we've had the highest level of black employment, the highest level of black homeowners, the lowest total unemployment, the best economic numbers, the highest fucking numbers on Wall Street. He has done so much. You know? Listen to me. You want to use the coronavirus? You want to use that fucking bullshit excuse? Okay? That bullshit? Okay? You want to use that? He went and shut fucking things down, all travel in and out, from China in January. When he did it, there's videos of Joe Biden saying this is xenophobia. Okay, there's videos of even Fauci. This is ridiculous. Is that, this is not like a pandemic. This is nothing more than a flu. Okay, Biden said the same thing. All right. How come when you watch that and you play that for a Biden fan, and now Biden's saying he didn't close the country early enough and all this other shit, he didn't do the right thing. How come? So, but wait a minute. You, Biden, said that at the beginning that you wouldn't have closed the country down. And now you're saying he didn't do it soon enough, like, that you have, what would you have done to stop this? How come before, we have videos of it. Here's you saying this shit, okay? Here you are saying this. Now you're saying it's all opposite. How do Democrats not see that? That would be like if Biden used the N-word. I hate N's, like that. And now he says, no, N's are my favorite. Blacks are my favorite. Yeah, how do you not see that? What don't you see, though? Don't you see that this guy's fucking, lying to you? You remember what I said in Bigger, Stronger, Faster? Okay, Arnold's like a top politician. The guys who got the thumb up like this to you, they got the middle finger in their pocket or under the table. Okay? That's what Biden's doing to you. I'm your guy. Kamala Harris back in May, when the DNC shit was going, not the DNC, the Democratic primaries. She ripped him apart. She told him, you need to apologize to black Americans. You're racist. She told him that. There's videos of it. You could play the video right here, right now. Okay? Then she told him, I believe the girls who fucking claim rape charges on him. The molestation charge. I believe that he was, he was a sexual predator. I believe them. They're right. He's no good. Now all of a sudden, isn't he a great man? How do you take that back? I don't understand it. Even if they don't take it back, how do you people that root for Joe Biden, how do you not see that? What? You just ignore your hate for Donald Trump because I don't like the way he talks and I don't like the way he carries on. I don't like his hair. Your hate is that great? Remember, Donald Trump's the guy who's going to get rid of all the vermin. Okay? These people say they can get rid of the vermin, but they can't. Okay? Biden will say, I'll get rid of the rats. Okay? Harris says, we'll get rid of those rats for you. But they can't do it. Trump has done it before, and he'll do it again. Biden had 47 years, 48 years. Why didn't he do it then? Why didn't he help when he had 8 years with Barack Obama? Right? Why didn't he help it then? Why did he give $900 billion to Iran? A same country says, death to America! Trump took that shit back. Unbelievable. So any of you guys watching this that are Democrat, how do you... Just please, somebody justify that for me. Somebody tell me, okay, I know Biden said that, but I don't care, I just don't like Trump. So you're gonna sacrifice your house and let those rats breed and infest your house just because you don't like that guy who's got a salty mouth and the way he looks. You're gonna allow that. You're gonna allow the rats to just fester your house. Fuck you. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna end this right now. I get angry, bro. I do. I get angry. I don't understand that. I don't understand what I just told you about the rats. I don't understand how you're going to listen to Joe Biden and Harris, who have together have come out and said the most fucked up shit. It's on tape. They can't kill the rats in your house. They'll tell you they can, but they cannot do it. And matter of fact, they love rats. They want more rats in your house. Trump has done it. But because you don't like the way he talks, or you don't like his fucking look, or his cockiness, that's who he is, bro. And not only that, but a lot of that's an act. He does it because he's zinging. All right. It bothers me, bro. It bothers me. All this shit bothers me. It bothers the national anthem. It bothers me. If I was black, I'd be fucking irate. So wait a minute, I'm not American. So I now have my own national anthem, my own flag. So I'm not American. My family lived here for how many years? Even if you can trace your roots back to slavery, my family roots helped cultivate this country, died in the fields sometimes, and suffered and did all this shit to help make this country great. I have uncles that served in Vietnam and this and that, but now I gotta praise another flag. This is my flag. I worked for this flag. I pay taxes to this country for this flag. How come you blacks aren't saying that shit, bro? What are you, fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? And the NFL, what are we going to do? Wait, we have Hispanic players now. We've got a few Puerto Ricans, some Mexicans. Can we... Now we're going to sing the Puerto Rican national anthem. Before you know it, it's going to take an hour of national anthems before we can start the fucking... No. We don't need that. Stay out of our fucking business. Okay? Stay out of our fucking business. I'm telling you, stay the fuck out of our business. You don't need it. I don't care what celebrities think. Okay? That's my mother-in-law barking. We don't care. I don't care what celebrities think. I don't care, but LeBron James is a fucking piece of shit. Okay? Making hundreds of millions of dollars in this country. But yet we're racist. I wonder if every time he goes and takes his kids out or drives around in his fancy cars and he could afford all this shit. What a fucking racist country, huh? What a race. I wonder if he thinks about that, or is he laughing? Is he laughing? Why doesn't he go and donate some money to some of these fucking poor kids and stuff like that? Yeah, bullshit. Give me a break. And there's white kids who are poor too. It's not just black kids. There's white and Hispanic. And Black Lives Matter doesn't mention Mexicans. Don't give me that. Oh, no, it's all colors. No, it's not. It's just Black Lives Matter. When you say all lives matter, they get upset. Because it's a fucking Marxist group. That's another thing I don't understand. How people who fucking watch these Black Lives Matter, there's the bosses, the fucking people who started by the founding mothers and fathers of Black Lives Matter. The ones who are in charge. There's plenty of videos of them saying, I am a Marxist trained, we believe in Marxism and stuff. Yet, that goes right over to black people's head. And you white sheep, you're even worse. You're disgusting. You white little privileged kids that grew up in, not because you're white, but because your family's got scuttle. You stomp your feet and you get everything you wanted since you were a kid. They gave you, here's an iPhone when you're 5 years old. You know what I mean? I would have got my ass kicked. That's even more disgusting. And you fucking people, you see them say this shit. I can show you the video right now, but I'll still have somebody saying, yeah, but still, I believe all Black Lives Matter. Dude, get the fuck out of here. Then you don't really believe. Because they're saying they're Marxist. You don't, no matter what we show people on video, you could have a picture of Hillary Clinton fucking shooting somebody in the head, and she'll get away with it because it's economic privilege. Just like Jay-Z. Jay-Z could do whatever the fuck he wants. He could take a shit right in the middle of the White House floor, and he'll get away with it. You know why? Because he's privileged. Same thing with LeBron James. LeBron James could say anything. They could say, fuck Donald Trump, I hope he dies. If you said that about Kamala Harris or you said that about Joe Biden, they would want to arrest you for it. Anyway, listen to me. The coronavirus is real, but all this other bullshit's a hoax. Okay, the mask and all that shit is bullshit. Let me tell you something. See these fingers? I smell a guy's breath all the time through the mask. It's no longer even a fucking thing. You touch something? Look, I touched something. And I go and I wipe my nose or I wipe my eye. And then there was corona. First of all, coronavirus is a virus. It doesn't sit on a non-living thing. It needs a host. Okay, it might sit on a fucking table if there's a little bit of spittle. It's in that spittle that's on a table or something like that. But it's not going to be dry like 3 days ago. Somebody who had the coronavirus. It just doesn't sit there like that. It doesn't work like that. It's all bullshit, bro. Okay? You want to live? Don't go to the hospital. Because they start sticking you on ventilators and shit, and that's how they kill you. You know? Just like the whole hydroxychloroquine shit. This shit works. It's a fact. There's people, I know people who took it to save their life. I know friends that took it to save their life. They don't want you to, it's government wants to control you. Okay? The Democrat, that's what they want to do. They want to control you. Alright. Like social media. Don't even let me get started. That'll be another rant. Oh my God. Whew. Talk about Nazis. Fact check this, Facebook. Fact check this, Twitter. Fact check this, Google and YouTube. Alright. I love you guys, man. Alright? Don't worry about this shit. It's going to be over soon. Either way, with the election, it's going to be over. Alright? Hopefully Trump wins. The only way he could lose, in my opinion, is if they cheat. And they start that whole fucking mail-in shit and start all this is fraud, that's fraud. You know they're going to do that. Alright? They're going to try anyway. But, so, ride the wave. Do what you got to do. If they tell you to wear a mask in the store, don't be an asshole and not wear the mask. Because then they're not going to serve you. They have the right to do that. Play the game. Ride the wave. Play the game. It'll be over soon. Alright? It's just like these idiots. If you're going to get arrested by a cop for fucking doing something that you didn't really do, let them arrest you. Here, take me in. You fight when you get to the jail, you know, after they lock you up, you call your lawyer, you fight with a lawyer. You don't fucking fight a cop, you're not going to win. I'm going to tell you that now. You're not going to win. Okay? So be an idiot. Cops don't shoot guys just because they feel like shooting them. Alright? Usually it's because they're scared shit of their own lives being taken. Somebody's got a gun or they're coming after them and stuff. Alright. Listen, I love you guys. Alright? Just ride the wave. Ride the wave. It'll all be over. But be good to your girl. Be good to your significant other. Be good to your fucking kids. And if you're fucking divorced and shit and you gotta pay your child support, pay your child support. Pay it every fucking week that you're supposed to pay it. I don't care if she takes the money and she wipes her asshole with it, or she gives it to her new boyfriend. Here's money from the schmuck. Okay, it doesn't matter. Okay? Here, look, the Momo gave me his fucking money. Here, take it. It's his money. It doesn't matter. Because one day she's going to have to answer to her kids when they get older. And they say, my father paid his child support. I mean, what'd you do with that money? What'd you do with it? You're going to be there. You could hold your head high. Hey, you could tell your kids when they grow up, maybe they don't talk to you now. They will. I went through the same thing. I went through there, and I survived, okay? And now my kids love me, and my son didn't even allow my wife to his wedding. So this is another story, but what I'm trying to tell you is, pay your child support, okay? Do the right thing. Be a man. Life isn't always fair. And fight back, but fight back smart, all right? Fight back smart. You got to wear the mask, you got to wear the mask. Vote. All right. I'll see you guys in the next Talkin Smack. Stop fucking around.